Hi, welcome to the podcast. This is where we talk about the school and the culture and the people. I'm Helga and I will be the host for this episode. And today I am sitting with Mathilde. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling?
Now I got a little bit nervous, but I feel safe in your company.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I heard that you just handed in your reports last week.
Yes. Yeah. So the very last Kaospilot report.
Yeah.
So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. How does it feel to stand here at this time and look back and think, okay, it's been 3 years now?
Yeah, that it's crazy. Like, it both feel like I've just started. I feel I can kind of recall all the feelings that I felt the very first day. So it felt like yesterday. And like I can't believe that it's like now I'm a third-year student. Like how I looked at third-year students is not how I look at myself. But maybe that's just how it is.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Do you remember what feelings you were standing with on your first day?
Yeah, I was just full of excitement and it was Corona time. It was like I started in 2020.
Okay.
So we were actually like the first day would be on Zoom, and we were like, that's not nice. And then suddenly I got picked up by a stranger from the school, and then we went to Aarhus and we met all the other ones, and like a whole day of surprises just happened for us. So like feeling so welcomed and spoiled and seen, and like this is the first day of a crazy chapter in my life that's gonna start. So
well,
yeah,
yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
But
and you've been through the same first day.
Yeah, that's like whoa.
Yeah,
took me back to that.
Yeah.
But if you would try to think about what kind of Kaospilot you have been, what would you say?
So I am a part of the club of being some of the oldest on the team. So I'm 28. And I think that have done a bit about like how I have been as a Kaospilot. I took 5 years of sabbatical year / I have been working my ass off, making some money, go traveling, making some money, go traveling, and so on. So I think I had like other experience than maybe some of the other ones had. So like maybe feeling more of not grown up, but my priorities have definitely been different than some of the other Kaospilots. So yeah. So what kind of Kaospilot have I been?
Yeah, what is that for me?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I think that maybe I haven't been as present for a lot of the social stuff, but I have enjoyed so much of all the school, like the lectures, like being spoiled in sitting a whole day with a very skilled person, being an expert on a different a certain topic, and then just getting all their expertise and like being thrown out in something that you have never tried before. That have been very great. Yeah.
So in some way you were really here for the school and the learnings.
Yeah, definitely.
Bring you.
Yeah, I like the reason why I started was to kind of find my way in my professional life.
Yeah.
Like I was at a certain point where I was like, okay, I need to do something now. Now I have been working and I haven't really found my right place. Yeah, exactly. So therefore, like I was okay. Kaospilot, it's hands-on, it's team-based, and doing stuff for the real world. That was the words that I saw, and I was like, that fits on me. And I think I have experienced, like in Denmark, we have this saying of the black sheep. So being the black sheep between all the white sheeps. And I think I have been that in my professional or the like you should educate yourself very fast and you shouldn't have sabbatical years. And I have been like, you should not put your expectations on me. I'm gonna decide myself.
It's like the external expectations.
Yeah.
From society, basically.
Exactly. Family and friends, and so there I was like, no. And then I just felt that this must be the place for all the black sheeps, and I really like feel that way, that it's here where people have had not an easy time finding out where to go, and then here most things are possible, and that is also what I have experienced, and also what I expected. So that has been very nice.
And do you feel like you have gotten out of it what you had expected in the start? Also maybe hard to say in that way, but because you always get something unexpected as well, of course.
Definitely.
But now you have seen almost the full plate.
Yeah.
Of what it can mean to go to school.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it has? Well, you're still here, so maybe it's.
But that is actually what I have been reflecting on together with my project partner today. Okay. The one that I have made the final project together with, and we were like, what we expected is that what we're sitting with now, and where can we see the difference in how we were when we started and how we are now. And that's still, I think, a little bit hard to say, because some of these reflections will definitely come like when you get it a little bit on distance, and you can have time to land all this, because the time has just flown away. But I think that like I said, that I thought that when I'm a third year student, I will be like this and I will know and all that. But I didn't, I have started a company for 1 year ago in my 4th semester. I didn't expect that. So now I'm in a completely another professional place than I thought I would be. Because the Kaospilot education was a place for me where I could kind of go into many different fields and see myself in that, and then hopefully the right one, the right field or the right company will show, and then I could kind of go that direction. And it happened just in another way than I thought.
You created it.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you tell me more about that? Like, how did it, where did that idea spark, and what is it?
Yeah. So it started in the 4th semester. That's a semester where we do what reminds most of our internship. Like, that's the semester, the project period that reminds most of our internship. So we were to find a company that we could do a project together with.
Yeah.
And I was so stressed out and didn't know what direction to go in. And it was the first semester where I knew I would work alone. And I'm definitely a team player. I knew that a little bit before, but that's also like a thing that I have learned from this education, that I see myself thrive even more when I'm together with other people, getting to know getting inspired of people every day, and have people where I can share the accountability and the motivation and the engagement. Like, I love that. And that's where I see myself being the best version of myself, both personally and professionally. So I was just, oh my God, what will I do? It's only me who will reach out to a company. So I reached out to a former colleague that have just started her own women's brand, clothing brand. And he was like, can I help you with helping me? Kind of. Can I just do something for you? And I wouldn't take a lot of your time, and you should just say yes, so I can get started with this.
You should just say yes.
Yeah, please. I will not disturb, but you should also give me a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And luckily she said yes. And she have had a hard time in that fashion industry to kind of break through. Like, it's such a large market, and a lot of brands remind of each other, so you should really have a unique selling point, be different than others, and that was just hard for her.
What was it, the company that she had just started? What was it about?
It was sustainable women's wear clothing. Okay. So a little bit more mature women's wear.
Yeah.
So I was like to find out together with her what could we add in her brand to make it more special. That was the project.
Yeah.
And then she told me that she had found out that a lot of like big laundry services, like a company that rents out a lot of workwear to restaurants and hotels and hospitals and like a lot of different industries. And then they bring out all the clean clothes and take back the dirty clothes and then wash it. So that's the laundry service deal.
Yeah.
And then if people quit their job, or if the clothes get holes in it or spots, or it's getting worn out, or then they discard it. So a lot of workwear is being thrown out every day, and she saw that. So she thought, like, could we do something with this? And that we started on like designing a lot of things from this. It could be like a shirt that they wear in a kitchen. Okay, what could we make a new shirt out of this, or a dress, or like how would this work? So we started designing a lot of things, and then we could see that it didn't really fit her company. It was more like romantic and nature and
her brand that she had previously.
Yeah, exactly. So we were like, okay, should it then be a sub-brand? Should it be a new business, or like what should we do to make it more to fit even more? So we were like, okay, should it just be a new brand? And then she was like, let's make a new brand, and I think you should be a part of it. Like, your thoughts and work is all over these designs that we made. And I was like, but I don't have any money, and I'm also on an education where I have been from the beginning being like, I will not have a work besides the education. Like, I'm here, my like full in. This is like a thing that I give to myself, this 3-year education. So I was like, I don't know if I have time, but let's see.
Yeah.
So then we just started picking up more textiles. It's out in Tilst. It's a city near Aarhus. So we could easily drive in our own car out to this laundry and put in textiles in the car and drive it to IKAST in a sewing workshop where we could then cut off all the seams and zippers and buttons and then put new patterns on it.
Okay.
So like a new arm or a new cuff, or like.
So it's kind of like this creative destruction. You
totally
pull it apart and then you put it together again.
Exactly. So the only thing we do is like cut it into new pieces and sew it together. So like redesigning. So it's like upcycling in its like purest form. And everything is sewn in Denmark in IKAST. So it's also like very, very local, and
Is it sewn by you?
It's not sewn by me. Okay. Like I can sew a little bit, but I would say only for the prototypes.
It would also be very impressive if you were to sew the whole brand.
Yeah.
And go to school.
Yeah, exactly. And my business partner is a certified accountant, so she's like a completely another professional background than me, and it's like a multi entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And is a bit older than me and have just such a great mind. And we are a very good team, I think.
What has this project, what do you think, if you were to try to figure out if there's one biggest learning it has brought you, maybe on entrepreneurial learnings or leadership? Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, I think that. So I did this. We established this company in the 4th semester.
Yeah,
and I have been so lucky to use my company as my final project, so the pilot project. And here it got very clear that stopping up and reflecting, looking back, evaluating. Which is something that we are being taught from the very first day at Kaospilot, and it has just such a great value. But when everything is running and you don't have time and you don't have money and you don't have very like time, if you could buy time, I would definitely save up to buy some time. But here we could see that it was time to stop up and take some decisions and redefine the company that we have established. And then make it more clear, make it more sharp, so people could easily understand it, and make it more like a clear vision and direction for the company.
Okay.
So that is what I have been using my time on this last semester.
Okay.
And here I could just see that how important the stop up and reflect.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you don't have time for it, but
You should.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But that's very true. That's also something I've began to see. Probably will learn even more in the coming years.
Yeah.
But the importance also of the why behind your project, the vision and the purpose.
Yeah.
And you often really feel like you should just go out and do and get things going. But how important like that base work is that you also have to stop.
Yeah.
But it can be so hard.
Yeah.
And you're in like the middle of a project and all of the tasks are kind of flying around and you feel like you have to run for it to kind of keep going and be a successful project. Yeah, so I can really relate to this.
Yeah, good. Yeah, and the thing is that you need to have a balance between that, because you cannot sit and plan how to make a good company.
Yeah.
Like, it will take you as long as it would take you as just going out, doing a lot of things, and then stopping up, and then adjust.
Yeah. There is a balance.
Yeah, definitely. And it has, that's a huge learning to be aware. Of course, you would never ever find out.
No.
When you have, like, you will be lucky if you hit it right on the spot.
Yeah.
Like, stuff happens, and
maybe not about the golden spot, but more about the balance somewhere in between.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Is there a normal workday at SIG LUND? Which is the name of the company.
Yeah, exactly.
That.
SIG LUND is from my last name is Sigaard.
Okay.
And Regis, my business partner, is Lundgren. So just a very Scandinavian combination of that. Yeah. And a normal work day, like, all the days have stuff in common, that we have a long to-do list, and it never ever gets finished or like fulfilled. We can never take off all the to-dos, and there will always be added more. So that must be like the normal day, but it's very much about nurturing around our collaborations, both with our supplier of the textiles. It's establishing new customers, looking into new solutions of how we can improve stuff, and so many different things. And preparing a lot of things. Like, we have invested a lot of time in being a part of as much as like the product history, like from when we get the textiles to it gets sewn. So we do a lot of the things ourselves as much as we can. So we also have an understanding of our value chain, like how a product is being born.
Okay, so you try to have your fingers as much as you can yourselves in it.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
What is it that you love the most about this brand or this concept? Maybe the work even.
Yeah. I think we have been met with so much support and interest, and like a lot of people have been so positive around us, around this concept and what we are doing, and it have really opened up for a lot of opportunities that we haven't seen. So we started as a fashion brand, and wanted to like disturb that terrible industry, coming up with stuff, not producing anything new, but using what's already there from an industry that is necessary. Like, workers need workwear. So like,
you can't cut it completely away.
No, exactly. And there will always be some kind of leftover material. So we thought like, and it's very strong material, so it's also like the quality is very high, and it has like a potential for living a longer life than if we upcycled fast fashion clothes. Like, that will never last, because it's not made for lasting. But then a lot of companies have also been reaching out to us. Can you make clothing for us when we are at this trade show or like a sales uniform when we are out trying to sell our product.
Okay, now.
Yeah. So here we were like, okay, we can do that. But how should that look like? And but a lot of companies want to act in a more responsible way now. But a lot of the things that they can do is more maybe production-wise, and that will only show its results in a few years or so. So like, how can we do something now?
Yeah, how can we try to make it a little bit more visible?
Yeah.
Smaller steps, maybe.
Exactly. So here is that has like opened a completely new market that we didn't have the chance to see ourselves. Of course, that will maybe appear over time, but that just showed itself. So it's just so nice to being contacted by a lot of different companies, organizations. We just made the sweatshirt I'm wearing now, the perfect sweatshirt, which is an organization called Muskelsvindfonden. So like if people with how to translate muscle,
the diseases where your muscles kind of start to
break down.
Slowly.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people are born with that disease, and it's chronic, like it will never disappear. And they do a lot of great things, not only for the people with this disorder, but with like if they are in a wheelchair, how can we fight for better streets where you can easily drive with your wheelchair? And they have this project called Perfect, where they are kind of fighting the ideal of being perfect, like fuck being perfect. Like what
let's
is
have a funeral for it.
Exactly what is perfect? And then they have like misspelled perfect on purpose. So they needed like some, I would not call it merchandise, but they needed like stuff to sell when they do events to create focus around this topic. And here they were like, okay, it is a former Kaospilot who actually contacted me, who has been working for this organization for 8 years.
Okay.
And she was like, this clothing should have been thrown out. Like, it was not good enough. It was unperfect. How could we like collab around that? And then we made this sweatshirt that should have been thrown out. So we collect a lot of sweatshirts that we then redesign a little bit and then print on it. And then they have been selling that when they have been out on the winds. Yeah. So that's
like a beautiful collaboration.
Yeah. And just so funny to be contacted by a former Kaospilot. And it was nice. This has been my very first time where I felt connected around the school, but in an external way, because this had nothing to do with me being a Kaospilot now. It has something to do with the network that we have, that we just automatically have, that you don't really have to, like networking is most of the time hard work, but here it's definitely given, that we have something in common and we have shared a lot of the same things and a part of the same community that will, because it's such a small education, you would know there are no two Kaospilot, and was that in Berlin or in Tokyo? No, it was this one and only Kaospilot. If you are a Kaospilot, there is just one way of being that.
It's from here.
Exactly. So that was a very nice experience.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and also seeing myself as a professional in that sense, that it was because of the company that I have created that she contacted me, not because she wanted to be my mentor at a project or like guide me in any way. No, this was just contacting each other, connecting over the community and a need from her side.
Over creations and enthusiasm, maybe passion.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
sounds very beautiful.
Yeah.
And we go a little bit back to talking about Kaospilot. Or make a circle.
Yes.
What has surprised you the most about the school or about the education?
I think that, like many other things, when you start on something or if you know there's kind of a end of the chapter or a beginning of a chapter, then you have then you expect it to be something. And I think I have imagined that I will be in a completely another place, and I would have changed so much as a person. Like, I couldn't even imagine when I started what I will be. And I'm still the same with new tools and improved or developed abilities in my backpack. Then I can now go out and be myself, just like a hopefully stronger version of myself. But luckily, just like I started. And that has surprised me so much that,
Like I knew Mathilde.
No, exactly. I thought like, okay, and then I will maybe work for a company, and what would then happen? And I will be much more confident in this, so sure about this. But like, new stuff always happens. Like, if I told myself that I would have started up a company, I would be like, well done. And like, how cool are you? And now I'm feeling like, it's just a startup, and we are like, it's not perfect in like now, and we are still very much in the starting phase and all that. But it's like you're just present where you are now, and things are happening now and not in the future. I think that is something that I'm trying to remind myself, and that have surprised me, both of maybe because of where I am in life, but definitely also because of the education.
How's your relationship to perfection?
Hate-love relationship, I think. Like it, it's ruined many things for me to not let go and just try out things. But it has definitely also brought me a lot of engagement and like flittighed, like to be like to work my ass off because I want things to be good.
Yeah.
But at Kaospilot, it's really a thing that we practice to let go, right? Some of the first things that we learn is like lean in and trust the process, and like keep things lightly. And I still tell myself those things, but I guess that's an endless practice to let go of stuff, and then the more we try, the better it has potential to become. And it has been so nice to have this playground where, like, it's just a learning space. And of course, we are dealing with real people in the real world, but the mindset that we are being taught that we can bring out in the real world to real companies, that has just a great value in itself. So, learning that to be a generalist, like a person that is not specialized in only one thing, but being specialized or having knowledge about a lot of things. I can really see the value of that, and that maybe I am not just that, but I'm definitely a generalist, and that's fine. That I don't have one thing that I'm only good at, but I have a skill set where I know what's needed, and then maybe I cannot bring it in, but then I have the mindset of knowing that we should bring in this person that are expert in this.
Yeah. Did you see the vandalism?
No.
There was this post on our Teams, which is the channel we use at the school to communicate. On the third floor, which is the third-year students' floor at the school, above the elevator, it says, trust the process.
Yes.
And then somebody has written over it, I think it says, fuck the process, trust your intuition.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
And I just think it's a little bit funny with this talk about perfection and kind of trying to let go of perfection and then really having to trust the process. But there's also there can also be something that's too much trusting the process.
Yeah.
And that is also, like we talked about before, there's also balance in that. there's a lot of things I think maybe you learn at Kaospilot that exactly like talks about this, about the balance in between things, and having this mindset you talk about to know what is needed.
Yeah.
I think that's where I see a lot of value myself.
Yeah, what have surprised you? Like now, soon finishing your very first year, that's crazy. Also,
that is also a little bit crazy.
Yeah,
I feel like I just arrived.
Yeah,
but you also feel like that.
Yes. So it will stick.
That's a very good question. I think maybe in some way the people actually like and the minds of the people in the school, and because this is a creative education in some way, but it's also not a art school, and it's not a creative education in those traditional ways. So kind of seeing, discovering how it's creative in so many different ways. I think at least that's one of the things that has surprised me. And that, there's many different ways to be creative. But I think there's also the list of surprises is probably really long, and I will have to write it down over the summer.
Yes.
Take some weeks to fill it out.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, it will not be a easy question. Like a lot of the reflections you have, they come a long way.
They do.
Yeah, not just when you're asked, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's better like that.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
That's
It could be.
Yeah. But talking about like together with my friends, or if I describe something or like what we have done in during the day, or then I can feel the like, oh my God, like you are getting surprised a lot in your, like there is a lot of surprises, and I really see it as a treat. This education surprised you so much because it's not a common thing to be surprised, and it's so lovely to be surprised, both over yourself or how you thought your day would be like, and that was not how it turned out, or like it's just or to see how other from your team, how they will go about a task that we are being giving on the team, all of us. Then like, wow, how did you come up with that?
Yeah.
Like
it will always bring you something else, something exactly you didn't expect. I mean, that's the thing with surprises, right?
Yeah.
But in some way, that's maybe the nice thing is that also like you at some point you realize you can't plan, or you do not know. And that's also where there's so much space for the learning.
Yeah,
because it's harder to learn when you think you already know.
Yeah, really agree. Yeah.
But if we talk a little bit about the future, what is your plan? Like the week after you graduate, just the first step. What are you gonna do?
Like I just talked to one from my team, and we were like, we should definitely buy something that we cannot afford just to do it. Get a tattoo together, or
crazy.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm now figuring out how much time I can work on the company, because we are unfortunately not in a place right now where I can get paid. So we are now setting up scenarios. How should the nearest future look like, and what do we need to do before I can maybe get paid and work even more. So like a lot of grown-up stuff, like a A-kasse and all that is sneaking into me, and I have been holding it in like a long arm.
Yeah. Try to keep some distance from it.
Yeah. But I think I would, hopefully I will use a lot of time being able to focus on the business completely. I have a hard time, like I feel like I'm good at having a lot of balls in the air. But it's hard when it's with two different focuses. So both being a student and being a newborn entrepreneur, that has been hard to be two places at once. Or even though I have been so lucky to to work in my own company for like in a project period. So I do not completely know.
Yeah, but looking forward to having time to focus your energy.
Yeah. And then I'm at a point where I would love to start a family and maybe also travel a little bit more.
Yeah. Maybe that's the treat.
That should be the treat. That should be the treat. Yeah.
That. Well, it's been really nice to talk to you. I have one question before we call it a day. Or call it a episode.
Yes.
Podcast episode. And it's about who you would recommend this education to. Or maybe just
everybody.
Yeah. Yes. Because I think that's also my answer.
Yeah.
But there's something maybe we could try to put some more words on it.
Yeah, because why do you say everybody?
I think I say everybody because I can see like if you are open for it and able to lean into it, I think everybody will get so much out of it. And I don't know, hopefully, it's my assumption, but I think everybody also would have a lot of fun with trying it. But I'm also very, that's speaking from me.
Yeah.
And speaking from my viewpoint. So, I've sometimes been curious to, like, if the people have some more specific frames of, like, I think this type of people. But I don't think it's more about types. Maybe it's more about, like, interest or curiosity.
Yeah. Yeah, and I see, of course, we're so lucky that on a team there's so many different people, and we are here for many different reasons. And how great is it that this education can give so much to so many different people with so many different purposes of being there. And I think that can be for you who listens, who are not a part of Kaospilot yet. If you have a hard time like understanding what Kaospilot is about, it's because it's what you make it to. So like if you have a dream of fighting against the clothing industry, you could come and do that. And then be lucky to have people on board and help you with that, or get to learn how you can do that in a better way. Or it could just be like, I have no idea what I want for my future, but I know that I do not want to work in Rema 1000. Well, save up some money or borrow some from Denmark and then come and here and get to learn yourself way better. But yeah, I love how you also said like you should be like everybody who is open.
Yeah.
Because it needs so much openness, because you will have to look yourself in the mirror and get to know yourself from the inside and out. And even better, get to know yourself through others. And that will bring you both fear and confidence and power and so much inspiration. So like, who is that not for? Like, I talked to he is the only man that has a Kaospilot certificate without having taken the education. He's called Peter Bush, and he's a lovely, lovely man.
Wow. Okay.
And he said that the Kaospilot education is the place where you can make your dreams come true. But of course, the education will not do that for you. You will have to come and learn and practice. And then it can happen if you want to. And that I really loved. Yeah.
Wow. I think I will take that with me.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I think we'll put a stop to it here.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having this chat with me.
It was so nice.
Yeah. So that was it for today's episode. If you want to follow up on Mathilde's project, you can look it up at SIG LUND on all social medias. And otherwise, stay tuned for what we are doing on here. Thank you.